Tires illegally dumped at a historic South Fulton church cemetery are now cleaned up thanks to volunteers. People went to Pleasant Hill Victory Church yesterday to remove the tires and restore the headstones impacted by the illegal dumping. Church members to descendants of those who have loved ones buried there came together for this cleanup.
To show how you can rise up and restore after tragedy, after hardship, after difficulty situations when people come in and don't respect sacred spaces.
Bad happening for good to come out. Yeah. But it's always some good. It's always some good.
The cleanup also helped restore peace for the families who have loved ones buried there.